What's happening, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. Now, do you remember before Christmas I just got my sim and I set it all up at home, and I was having some wild idea that I was going to try my hand at potentially some sim racing, because you know what, seat time is the most important thing for a driver, and the easiest and cheapest way to get seat time is to get yourself on a simulator. So I set my whole thing up there, and I had a chat with the guys down at Envision Virgin Racing, the Formula E team, about coming up to see their huge simulator rig thing. Now this thing is outrageous, like it takes up an entire sort of wing of their building, and they said, you know what you should do, you should come down and check it out. Now this was all pre-coronavirus, so things have all changed a little bit by this point, and this is what the video is about today. I'm going to be taking you back in time to when I actually went and saw their simulator rig. No one's been able to get out on track properly, so they've all been sat at home with their simulators getting much better, which actually I've been trying to do myself with mixed results. It's actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to try my hand at, you know, potentially entering a championship, and from what I found out, you need to do a lot more practice than I have done. Now at the moment, obviously Formula E have got their Race at Home Challenge, which is an online 9-week esports competition, and you've got the grid of the full Formula E teams and all the drivers from there, and then you've got all of the best sim racers in the world, and they're competing in their separate things, and then in the end it's like a battle royale, and it's all for a really good cause. It's for UNICEF, so they're donating money to UNICEF for their coronavirus relief efforts. I've been keeping up with it every week that it's on. You know, there's been some really interesting racing. Some of the lads are getting really into it, and yeah, I can't actually believe the pace of the sim racers next to the drivers. I'm really interested to see where Formula E takes themselves, because you know what, they are a motorsport that they are thinking 10 years, 20 years, 30 years ahead, and you know what, that's all that we want, is just the longevity of motorsport. So before I take you back in time to what I got up to when I went to the EVR headquarters to look at that mental sim, I actually caught up with Sam Bird whilst he was on his lockdown to see what he's been up to. And I tell you what, it's quite funny because I'm in rural Ireland, he's in rural Dorset, I think, and our internet connections are about the same speed. So Sam, I know that your internet is probably about as good as mine in Ireland here. Like, I have been struggling so much with getting myself online, and I know you had the same issues. Like, were you getting FOMO with all the other guys racing?
My internet has been driving me mad since the moment we moved into this house a few years ago. We spoke closely with my racing and with Formula E, and they really tried to help me get the sim up and running. I missed the first couple of races. I then joined the next few, but the internet capability is just not strong enough to give me a chance of competing in these races. So yeah, it's been challenging, let's put it that way.
Now, I know you spend a lot of time on the sim, whether you're at home or you're up at the Envision Virgin Racing's headquarters. Like, what is the difference with just generally practicing on the sim and doing the Race at Home challenge? Is it like the fact that you have, you know, you're competing against people instead of you're competing against yourself, essentially?
The sim, the real sim, I see that as my proper work. That is something that I go to and is super realistic. We genuinely use it not only to learn the circuits, but to evaluate car setups, energy targets, energy consumption, what we need for a race weekend. And the sim is within tenths of a second of reality. The game in R Factor 2, the graphics is amazing. Mm-hmm. However, the car model and the tire model and how the car reacts on the place seat simulator is quite different to reality.
Of course.
And it seems like there is a quite unique way of driving it to make it quick. There's also settings in the game that you can't use in reality. So
I think we've lost some connection here. As you've just seen, both Sam and I's internet isn't up for the challenge of sim racing right now. But when I had the chance to go to the Envision Virgin Racing headquarter early this year, Sam wanted to show me the challenges they face getting the cars prepped and the drivers prepped for every weekend.
So you've seen some of the trophies. Now bring you through to where the cars are kept. So basically all of our mechanics will be working here flat out throughout the year. Yeah. We've got 2 Gen 1 cars here. Actually, this is a show car. That was a working car. And then we've got 2 model Gen 2 cars sitting there as well.
So these the actual ones that you race with?
No,
or
these are show cars. So these will go around the world to expos and basically for sponsors to have in their foyers and lobbies for whatever reason that they want. But they are in effect identical looking to the real car.
So it's like a really expensive ornament.
It's a 6-figure ornament, absolutely. So this is Robin's car, effectively number 4, and my car's always been number 2.
Do you have anything, because they look completely uniform, is there anything that if you put on yourselves to discern which one is which?
Apart from having the name of the car on the side, on top here would be another camera. So a camera will sit there for onboards, and mine is yellow.
Ah, I see.
So that's how you know who's who.
See, when I was a kid, I had a go-kart, and like now I'm older, I didn't see it. Like it's quite a big thing, but he put a pink elephant on the front of my go-kart.
Ah, okay. So that's how people knew that was you. So this is
either that or the size of me, one of the two. But I don't know.
All of our storage is up there. Obviously, get the forklift truck up there, get stuff down, and bring it out.
Do you need a step ladder?
I would need a step ladder. I need a step ladder for most things. So yeah, why are you laughing?
I said nothing.
Why are you laughing? Right. So let's go upstairs and let's go and have a look at the real reason why we're here today, which is the simulator. So follow me.
Coming, running. Okay, so is this where the magic happens?
So this is where the magic happens. Come in. We spend on average 3 to 4 days before every single race in here and in the next room working on the up and coming race. So I'll be doing hundreds and hundreds of qualifying lap simulations. So I'm going to be, normally I'm working with this guy here. This is Ander.
Hello.
And Ander basically runs and controls this room at all times.
My one that I've got in my kitchen, it's like on a little collapsible play seat. Like I feel like it's going to be slightly different to this.
It'll be slightly different, yeah. I mean, for all intensive purposes, it's the same. You're turning left, you're turning right, you're braking, you're accelerating. But it's the attention to detail in this that stands it apart from anything else.
Right, let's jump on and have a look. So I'm intrigued to have a look at this thing.
Okay, so if you're feeling ready, then let's get you strapped in. Let's give it a go.
I was born ready, Sam.
Cool.
Because you like your shoes with a lot of flex, don't you?
I like mine soft and
basically like nothing.
Yeah, they weigh nothing.
These are little slippers. These are Sam. This is lovely.
Yeah, Sam, why don't you ever do that at the races?
Oh my god!
These
are wonderful. Like, all right, let's get in.
So both feet on there, and then it's literally just hop over the headlight.
Straight into this.
Hop over and then just slide in. That's it. Now feet down into the base of the cockpit. It's my pedal position, and that's my seat.
God, you got slim hips, haven't you? Christ.
Your feet. Now put your feet up against the pedals.
Yeah.
That's it. All fine. I mean, you are literally in a tub that has raced. This was a Gen 1 tub that we've commissioned and turned into a simulator. You are. I mean, where's your eye line? About there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's roughly where your eye line should be. And it'll take a bit of time because when you first get in, your eyes are like, oh, this weird thing in front of me. You won't be looking at that. You'll be looking slightly over here or over here. You'll be looking through the corner and not at the halo. I mean, when I get in now, I barely even notice this is here.
So I would normally just like go forwards, like keep on the brakes, like go forwards on the brakes. So
do a little bit of power braking in a straight line. Do 5 or 6 of them down each straight, and then the second lap they'll be ready, and then you can start pushing.
Ooh, right. Let's try and not simulate a crash.
You will want these on as well.
Okay.
So that's radio to the guys back there.
Okay.
So you can do a radio check, and they'll talk back to you.
Is there a button, or do I just like...
just talk to it.
Oh, okay, guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
They can hear you. They can hear you all the time as well. So every time you breathe, speak, do whatever, they can hear you. So when somebody's really going for it on a quali lap, and you can hear them breathing hard, they know you're pushing.
So I feel like if you recorded that and sold it, you'd make money.
Yeah, probably. And now off you go.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, this is a lot more involved even already. Feedback is bizarre because. God, yeah, that is actually really strange. It's almost like VR-y, isn't it?
Yep.
Close.
Next corner's a tight right hand.
Yeah.
So sorry, tight left.
I was going to say, I was like, are we going left or are we going right?
Mixed up.
How? That is really odd. Like, I feel like you're, again, like you are actually in the real thing. See, what I find with the simulators and things like that is like, when you're I mean, I drive personally through like feedback through the seat, feedback through my ears. Like, what did you find when you first?
With this, it's a static platform, but what we've added to it is butt kickers.
Yeah.
So when you go over a curb, we've got butt kickers on the front corners and rear corners to simulate vibration through the tub. So if you were to take the red curb here.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
How do you reverse?
So if we go back
perfect.
to about there.
Okay, cool.
So the butt kickers will give you that sense of vibration, sense of suspension movement through the middle of the corner.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
When you said the.
And you've got the force feedback through the hands. We've got, relatively decent noise now to simulate tyre lockups and things like that. We've actually now got lines on the wheels so that you can see the lockups, because it's been quite difficult to visually see that. And that's actually a new thing that's happened this week. So, well done, boys.
It's quite exciting.
Are you impressed that I've noticed? Yeah, I'm actually quite happy about it. Robin's going to be delighted.
On that first corner, do you brake at the 100 board or the 50?
I brake at around about the 100 board, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still just.
That's alright, just keep on learning the circuit. It'll take a few laps to learn it.
Do you know what I keep looking for as well? Is I keep, because I'm like on my sim, you obviously have the track map there, so you have like.
Yeah, you don't have them in reality, track maps. Right in front of you, with a little dot going around that. No. I can tell you're a drifter though. I can tell that you don't mind getting the back out, because every time you've had an oversteer, you've corrected it really nicely.
So I can see how you can get addicted to one of these though, do you know what I mean? You spend like quite a lot of time playing it.
It can become a bit of a competition with me and my teammate to see who does the fastest lap.
Oh, for sure.
If he's 1/10 ahead of me, then I'll go out and I'll be half a tenth in front of him, then he'll go and beat me, then I'll go, and all of a sudden lap times just tumble. But at the same time, we've got to be careful that we don't drive it unrealistically. The whole point is to drive it as realistically as we possibly can, because at the end of the day, this is our homework in preparation for the next race. So when I get on here, there's no point me doing a 106 around Berlin, because we're only going to be doing a 108, 9 or something. So yeah, pull those two bottoms in again.
Yeah.
And again.
How do you think I'm getting on?
You're learning the circuit still, but I can tell you've driven before, definitely.
Yeah.
Some of the slower speed corners are catching you out, and I think that you need to use more of the circuit on entries to corners. But
because I'm like ending up a little bit like.
You know what you're doing.
Ideal. So like Formula E, I know you've done quite a bit of like endurance, like the WEC season as well, which is like proper big monstrous race cars. Like, how do you find the swap over? Because that's quite a environment change to go from electric and this discipline to like WEC, which is very different.
But to be honest, they're so vastly different from my 488 GT Ferrari to my Formula E disciplines that I find it quite simple and easy to transition from one to the other.
Yeah.
It takes 1-2 laps to be fitting right in again and feel right at home. So for me, it's not really an issue.
Well, I reckon about another 150 laps and I might be somewhere near putting some sort of score on the board. I'm not coming for your job anytime soon.
That's alright, keep trying, let's do another 150.
When I get home to my simulator though, it's going to feel super light in comparison.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go grab a coffee because I'm already getting tired. Ready? Oh my god, yeah.
I think round Berlin, normally I'd do an 86 or something like that.
Nice!
Yeah, like 250.
Smashing.
250, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good, it was really good. It's like, as I say, the whole simulator thing, you can kind of go a bit nuts with it. Like, this is as true to form as you're going to get, really.
And it needs to be, because it's a real tool that we really use for an assault on a world championship, so it needs to be as good as we can possibly make it. I mean, we push Ando and his team really hard to make it feel as realistic as possible. We push the people that make the tracks as hard as we can to make sure they're as close to reality as possible, and then we're pushing ourselves as hard as we can to ensure we drive it as realistically as possible. And if we can combine all those three things, then we get lap times that are super close to reality, which is exactly what we want for perfect preparation.
Super serious stuff, lads, honestly. There's me just drifting around Watergrass Hill, and he's like properly doing tracks and things like that. But I think I'm just gonna have to get better at them. I do like them, and this is like definitely made my love affair with Sims. But I think I might have to upgrade the old setup in the house.
So your kitchen now will just be a simulator room.
What is
You'll have no more cupboards now. It'll just be a giant screen. Yeah, no cooker. Just Deliveroos and a screen.
Well, there you go. I mean, my dad's already convinced I'm never going to get married. That will be confirmation, if anything.
As you can see, I'm not ready for my first online sim race just yet. But it was a great opportunity to sit into their huge rig. I mean, this thing is designed to be as real as possible and keep the guys as on their toes as they possibly can. But for me, I was like almost getting a little bit motion sickness. I'll stick with my play seat and Thrustmaster just for now, and we'll keep going on that one before we try and trade up to that one. But anyway, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Like, it was so interesting for me. And as I said, the Race at Home challenge is still going on, so make sure that you get yourselves involved. I'm going to put all the information in the description below. So yeah, it's all for a good cause. It's for UNICEF, so you can donate and get involved. Watch the race, it's really good fun. But for me, that is all. I will see you again next week, same time, 6 p.m. Thursday. See you later. Bye.